No time to sit this one out. It's time to get on my feet. Rise up and move to the rhythm of my pounding heartbeat. Passions are fired up. I will not fade away. Thunder driving through me. So much to do and say. Wake up, shake up. Step up, step out.
Hi, I'm Mary Ewell, and this is MPA Today, where we discuss what's bringing the Monadnock region forward to be a more inclusive, sustainable, energized, and people-powered community. Today, we have Dory Drachman from the steering committee of the Monadnock Energy Hub and the leader of the Peterborough local energy community. Hi, Dory.
Hi.
It's great to see you.
It's great to be here.
I just wanted to say one thing to our audience before we got started.
Okay.
And that is, I wanted to declare that I am the program coordinator for the Monadnock Energy Hub. So just wanted to get that out there before we got started. And today I'm just going to be the interviewer. I'm not going to add any content. So Dory, I'm going to leave it all on you to talk about the hub.
Okay, we'll see if I'm up to the task.
All righty. So the hub is really kind of a new thing, right?
It's very new. We came together for our first meeting in January and hit the ground running. It was really the brainchild of Ann Shedd, who is also on the steering committee of the hub.
Okay, and maybe you can tell everybody a little bit about Ann's background and what she does, because she has kind of an interesting background in energy and worrying about our energy future here in Keene.
Well, she is the chair of the Keene Energy and Climate Committee.
Oh, okay.
And so she has lots of experience working on energy and sustainability and resilience issues.
Great.
And she also knew that there were some really effective groups of energy committees that came together for collective action, and that also could support each other on their individual town projects. And they were called hubs, and there are some in other parts of the state. And so she wanted to see if we could form one in the Monadnock region. And so she called a meeting, and we have been working hard ever since.
Okay, so how many LECs, so local energy committees, so I'll just call them LECs from now on, how many LECs are fully established in the Monadnock region?
Well, right now, there are not very many.
Okay.
Right now, there are 2 active LECs, the one in Keene and the one in Peterborough, where I am.
Okay.
There are others that have been active in the past that are looking to re-energize their committees. And then there are also others that have never had one, but there are very interested people in trying to get a committee for their town. And the hub region is a fairly large area. It's got 34 towns in the region.
Now, can you give me an idea of like kind of how far north does that go?
So I believe the furthest north is it?
I think it goes up to Walpole, is that?
Yes, I think you're right. I think it's Walpole and then
kind of over
west. So the Walpole would be the northernmost reach in the west, and then I believe Antrim might be the furthest north in the eastern part of the region.
Okay.
And then we go down to Ringe.
Okay.
And Hinsdale.
Oh, right. So now we kind of mapped out the region for everybody, and then kind of all the towns that are framed by that region.
Exactly.
So if you're not, up on the little towns, go grab a go grab Google a map, maybe. Maybe I
Yes.
shouldn't say Google. Go on the web and or open up your atlas and see the towns that are encompassed by that area. And probably most of them are going to be the hub.
Yes, and another easy thing to be looking for online to know what the towns are would be the Southwest Regional Planning Commission's area of activity. We are working in the same towns that they are.
Oh, yeah, and maybe I hate to add, because I
Please do.
said I wouldn't,
I think you should.
they're part of the hub.
Yes, they are.
They are. So you could definitely, it's great to go to their
website.
Yeah,
Yes.
and look.
So yes, so the hub is an amalgam of both the LECs, but also allied organizations
Okay.
like the commission.
Yeah,
And
great.
So we work together to build resilience in the whole Monadnock region.
Great. So just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you going to be building this resilience and working together? What are some of the projects that are going on or about to go on?
Yeah, so we are, as I said, really hitting the ground running. We hired a wonderful project coordinator.
Well, thank you.
And together with the steering committee, we are organizing our first project, which is the Drive Electric Expo in September. It is going to be the third of an action-packed week, a third activity of an action-packed week in September. It'll be on September 15th. There will be a march that starts off that week on Saturday, September 8th. In the middle, there will be a really interesting movie with a panel discussion afterwards. What is the movie again?
Reinventing Power.
Yes, so
Yeah.
looking at how we are going from a national grid down to a more resilient local grid. And we are then going to end cap the week with our Drive Electric Expo.
Great. And I heard that we have a sponsor.
Oh, and
Yeah, a really great sponsor to the event, and maybe you can share that information.
maybe I can. And maybe I can't.
Oh, okay. So I have to.
You're going to need to fill us in here.
Oh, okay. So I just wanted to let everybody know that Nissan of Keene has very generously come on as a gold level sponsor for the event, and will be bringing their Nissan Leaf.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
so
wonderful.
very excited.
The last we had checked in, that was still in process.
Yeah.
And so that's fabulous. So in addition to the Nissan Leaf, we will also be showing off some local owners of Teslas who will
Great.
be there and will be certainly letting folks get in and out, and most likely getting to test drive them. And we will also be looking for folks that have Chevy Volts, and we've got apparently a dealer who's going to be bringing an electric motorcycle.
It's not a dealer, it
Oh.
is an owner.
An owner that's going to be bringing an electric motorcycle, so that will also likely be test driven.
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So
it's
maybe-
an owner.
So we'll
yeah.
see. So-
Motorcycles and test driving's not so sure about
We'll
that.
see, but you'll get to see it.
But you definitely get to see it, and he is super knowledgeable. So you want to come out and see what an electric motorcycle looks like.
Come on.
It is really a quick motorcycle, because he lives in my housing development,
Oh,
and
cool.
we see him drive around all the time.
Great.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the other thing that I'm really excited about are the electric bikes, which
Yes.
I am definitely in the market for one, so I'm very excited to try one. And so electric bikes are, you still are pedaling, but you get an electric boost so that you can still get exercise and you can get to where you're going faster without needing a shower at the other end. And
around here,
that's,
yeah, we all know around here with the hills, boy, I need a little push up some of these hills.
yes, definitely.
Right, it makes getting the groceries so much easier. Put on your panniers and go grocery shopping.
Absolutely.
And you need it around here.
Yes.
Unless you live in Keene proper, where there aren't so many hills,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty tough getting up some of them.
So yes, I'm very excited about the e-bike part of it.
Yes, me too. I am really looking forward to getting some of those bikes out there and to test driving those. I'm hopeful that I'll be able to get on some of them.
Yeah.
So we have this wonderful event coming on September 15th, 12 to 4 at the Keene Ice Complex on Marble Street. But what else do we have going on? We have some more exciting things coming up for the fall and going on into the winter.
Yes. So this is just the Drive Electric is just the beginning. And that's going to, once that is done, we're going to shift our focus to doing a Solarize campaign, which is a much broader and longer term kind of project where we will be working with local towns to incentivize citizens and residents of that town to get solar on their roof or on their property.
Could it also be businesses? Could they be
Absolutely.
included?
Absolutely.
Okay. And nonprofits, like maybe a church or something?
Anybody who is a resident of that town, it
Okay.
could be a private residency or it can be a business
Okay.
or a nonprofit. Anybody that is in that town will be a part of the Solarize campaign.
Okay.
And so what we're going to be getting trained very soon, which is really exciting. Those of us who are on the Energy Committee will be there, the Peterborough Energy Committee, because that will be one of the first towns to be working on the Solarize, and so will Keene. And so we will all get trained on how to work with our towns to identify folks who might be interested, who we can educate about the process. And we will also be vetting vendors to make sure there's a really good fit between the needs of the town and the local vendors that are in the area. We want it to be a mutually beneficial arrangement.
So how does this Solarize work? I mean, how does it benefit a town or the people that want to sign up for getting solar during this campaign?
So what usually happens, but the details need to be worked out,
Okay.
is that there will be a vetted vendor or group of vendors
Okay.
that will agree to work with anybody who is interested in getting solar panels at a somewhat discounted rate.
Okay.
And the more people that sign up, the bigger the discount.
I see. So it's kind of like going, like online coupons that you see. Oh, you spend maybe $100, you get 25% off. $200, you
Yes.
get 35% off. When you go shopping online and you
Yes.
see those kind of coupons, spend more, get more off.
But in this case, instead of the individual spending more, it's the town spending more
Yes.
by having more either families or businesses or nonprofits sign up to get solar panels.
Okay.
And so the individual doesn't have to be spending more themselves. It's more that there's an incentive to then say, hey, to your neighbor, I know you've been thinking about getting solar. This might be a really good time to do it, because the more people we get on board to sign up for this, the less expensive it will be for all of us.
Yeah, yeah. And so I mean, I know the details, could be very different, but different people might have different solar needs or have different solar availability. Like I have a lot of trees on my lot.
Right.
I couldn't have as much solar as maybe my neighbor that doesn't have as many trees.
Yes.
Right? So getting more people may not necessarily mean getting more wattage. So this might, working out the details of that
with the vendors,
that's going to be our job, or that's going to be the LECs.
So my understanding is that it'll probably be a combination of the LEC and the hub working together with the vendor to work out what will be the best solution for that town.
Yeah, so when the townspeople get there, they don't have to worry about all these specifics.
Yes, so a lot of the legwork will be done for the folks who want to get solar, so that's another advantage in addition to the somewhat reduced price. There will also be definitely a reduced hassle factor.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about, is this solar person reputable? Is this a good person? Is this company going to be around? Do I have to worry about that? And then they can feel confident probably that they're really getting a good rate because the hub and the LEC is going to be negotiating for the best possible for that for that town, for that group.
And then there will also be just backup support for anybody who is interested in participating in the Solarize campaign. But in part of what the LECs will be doing is checking in on the folks who are interested. Have you heard from the vendor, or have you made contact with the vendor, and how has that process gone? And so we will also be there to help facilitate smooth communication and smooth implementation of the projects.
Okay, so this is going to take place, I think, it hasn't for sure, but I think that the idea is where the LECs are strong right now, and that's Keene and Peterborough, right? And what are we hoping then for the towns that are just getting these LECs started? So do we, are there any hopes or visions for the hub for these new LECs as they get going?
Absolutely, yes. So just because your town doesn't have an up and running energy committee does not mean that your town wouldn't be able to participate in this first round of Solarize, which kind of leads to the idea that this will not be the only round that we do. So first of all, there will be future Solarize campaigns that you could participate in, but also even if you don't have one now but want to be doing this in the near future, what you need to do is pull together some people who are willing to work on this. And so if you know who the movers and shakers are in your town, and they get excited about this and are willing to put in some time and some energy, you could still be participating in Solarize. And in fact, this often in other parts of the state has been really a jumping off point to get an energy committee started. That people get very excited about all the solar that's going to be in their community and see that there is really a movement to bring renewables and to bring a more resilient energy losing the words.
Well, I think resilience,
yes.
or I mean, really cutting the cost and knowing what the cost is, being able to dial in, right? Because with solar, you're not at the the mercy of what's going on with
With-
the energy community, whether it is natural gas or oil,
Absolutely.
or buying from the traditional electrical grid.
Yes.
So is that what you're trying to say?
I
Or
was thinking more globally that we are kind of moving toward a more
Away from
distributed, away from fossil
fossil
fuels,
fuels.
and also away from a very precarious national system.
Oh yeah, to a more
toward-
local.
to a more locally distributed system
Yes.
that will be another piece of sustainability.
Sure.
From,
security.
and yes, and energy security now and into the future.
Mm-hmm.
And so it can be very exciting to be on the ground floor of that with something like a Solarize campaign.
Sure, and maybe this Solarize campaign, even if you're not in your town, it's not happening, it could certainly energize your town.
Absolutely.
Maybe to, oh wow, I see this, and is that what you're saying?
Yes,
oh, wow, I
absolutely.
see this in Peterborough and Keene. I want this.
For my town.
I want this for my town. Let's get into the next round.
Mm-hmm.
Or what could I do? What can I do next time?
Yes.
To get a Solarize
Or even this time,
Yeah.
if you're really interested and really want to put in the time and the energy, and you know other people that would also be jazzed about doing it, please let the hub know, because we would be really interested to work with any town that
how
was.
how can you let the hub know?
Well, we have a new website that.
Yes. We are working on a website right now.
Yes, we are. We are working on a website that will be hopefully going live later in this month,
Yes.
and there will be a very easy way to just log to bring up the website and then be able to let us know that you're interested. There will be an easy button to push.
Yeah, and we also have a Facebook page.
We also have a Facebook page.
So just so
Facebook
you
page.
guys know, there is a Facebook page, and it's really easy to find. It's the Monadnock Energy Hub. So if you just get right on Facebook and type in Monadnock Energy Hub, you're going to see it right there. You can like us, and that will let you know all about what's going on.
I would imagine that on the Facebook page, we will let folks know when our website is live.
Absolutely.
So keep looking back,
Yep.
because that'll be really exciting. We will have both information about Drive Electric and about the Solarize campaign and about the Monadnock Energy Hub in general.
Yes. Yes. So it all depends on what kind of platform you like to use.
Yes.
Right? If you like to go to a URL,
Then
come check out the website when it's live. If you really like Facebook, come check that out. And in the future, we will probably be going on to other platforms.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah. So is there anything else you want to add about the hub? Anything before we
Yes.
wrap it up?
Yes.
Great.
So the hub's got actually two focuses, two foci.
Okay.
One is a series of projects that we're working on that we've been talking about.
Yeah, real action oriented.
Yes. The other, however, is to provide a forum for the exchange of information between towns that are doing their own exciting work, and or between towns that don't have an energy committee yet and towns that do, and to provide expertise in how to perhaps get an energy committee started in your town. Or if you've got an energy committee and you want to do some baseline data gathering so that you can be able to measure how many how much renewable energy is in your area and what your goals are.
Okay.
Or if you want to reduce your greenhouse gases, to be able to know where you're starting. And so if you've got a goal of reducing greenhouse gases by a certain percentage by a certain date, you need that baseline data. And so we will be providing quarterly meetings that will be addressing some of these issues, and these are issues that we're working on because we've gotten feedback from some of the towns that are interested in working on energy issues in their town.
Oh, okay, so these quarterly meetings will really be trying to answer and help those areas that people want, you know, so maybe one meeting might be addressing, okay, how are you going to figure out the renewables
Yes.
in your town, or how are you going to figure out how much, you know, CO2 you've got, or, you know, how are you going to investigate this as you're an energy committee?
Right, so
Right?
getting that baseline data.
Okay.
Because you can't, many of the initiatives that have been coming forward are about reducing greenhouse gases or increasing your renewables by a certain date.
Yes.
And in order to be able to do that, you need to know where you're starting from. And so,
Great. So finding out about that meeting also is going to be going to the Facebook page. So always go to that Facebook page and find out. And if you're interested, we want to know, even if you're an individual,
absolutely.
come and, you know, reach out to us, because there are people in towns. We might even be able to hook you up with other people in your town that's interested, or help you
Find
find
Some of those people.
Find some of those people. We really want to do that for you.
Absolutely.
It has been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today, Dory.
And same for me.
Yeah.
It's been lovely.
And I might just have to get you back on the show in the future as we start doing some of these campaigns to talk about them.
I would love that. That would be very fun.
Well, thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
I just wanted to say thank you for joining us today on MPA Today, and I hope you come back next week.
Stand up, stand out, shout it out. Yes, I will. Yes, we can. Yes, I will.